Well, hey everybody, how are you today on the Essential Stencil page? Let me know so I can see your comments now, because I do get frustrated when I can't see your comments. And we're going to be talking about the Stencil of the Month Club set today. So if you're not in the Stencil of the Month Club, this might be what makes you interested in joining. And it's very easy to join. You just go to stencilofthemonthclub.com. You can have a look at two different plans there, and I'm going to show you what those plans are. There's a basic plan and a premium plan. And if you use my code at the checkout, I restore stuff. Now that's backwards for you, but anyway, you can see that it's I restore stuff. You get the basic plan, you get first month is free, and on the premium plan, you get 50% off the first month. So we will continue. October Stencil of the Month set. Now you can see with the tree that you can fit any of the sayings, including the add-on sayings. So you can fit the sayings. If you didn't want to put the swing down here, which maybe we could do, this swing would go this way. And you can see that there's a slight rise there. So as long as your alphabet's the correct way around, and I know that this is flipped around, so ignore that. But the tire swing would fit right here. But if you didn't want to do that, you could add beautiful sayings that fit right in this space just here. Okay, and of course you can put your heart on the tree, little birds in the branches, and so on. So it's exciting set. And also the add-on, so this is the add-on, it has all the little woodland creatures and also a beautiful saying that will fit right there perfectly here. Your owl can fit up here. See how this squirrel is like climbing the tree? It could fit out here doing a climb, or you could flip it over here and do a climb. So very cute, and put them up in the branches wherever you like. So that's the add-on for October. We're talking about October Stencil of the Month set. So let's start with a brown colour. I might use the Fusion's chocolate brown. It is quite a dark brown, and we've got, we're going to use our largest brush, the 7/8 inch brush, because I'm going to be going all over it, and there's such a large space here. And so with our large spaces, I like to use a large brush, and then we can just go around the edges. We can add our greens and so on later. So let's just start with that, shall we? Okay, so we've got this large area in the center. I'll start out down here. Now I do have, it's kind of runs inside the edge. So I'm trying to leave that border around that quite evenly. And this is Chocolate by Fusion Mineral Paint. If you do want Fusion paint, it's great for furniture and home decor. And I'm a furniture painter originally, and I do a lot of decor as well now, and sign making. So we've got a nice branch coming down here, so I will try and, a lot of paint on that one. I'll try and avoid the leaves, but it doesn't matter too much if I get them, because I'll just go over the green on those. And let's have a look at what greens I've got. This conservatory green, which is a nice bright green, and then we've got some darker green in the colour Bayberry. So I might just start with this conservatory colour, and let's have a look at what we can use for that. I'll just use one of our 5/8 inch brushes and just dip a little bit into the colour, offload it here. And now this should be dry. The brown should be dry, but if you wanted to, you could just hit it with a dryer just to make sure. And there we go. So this is a smaller brush, and so hopefully it won't get all onto the branches. But if you wanted to make sure that it didn't, you could tape it off with some painter's tape, or just hold a piece of cardstock here over the branch, so that where you're wanting to do the leaves, you're not getting that onto. Almost finished the green up here. There's a large space right there. And those larger spaces you can kind of go for it a bit more with a bit more on your brush. And there we go, we've got a tree. We'll get that grass down the bottom. And we've got a few little flowers there, so we could do those in a pretty colour. Okay, oh, leaves, and we forgot these. I know that you guys would catch me out if I did something that was messed up. I hope you do. Okay, next, popping that green in here, and I think I'll go over that little bit of, there's two little flowers there. I've got some red here. I've also got sort of an orangey colour. I think I'll go with the red just for it to really pop and stand out. Now, I do like using, let's see, where's our smallest one? I do have our smallest one there, but let me use one of our mini domed brushes. A little tiny flower, just dab, 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 and we've got no worries about getting it onto the leaves or anything like that. It may need a second coat, because reds can sometimes have, they're highly pigmented, red paint colours. Add a little dip more paint. Cute. All right, now we're going to decide whether we're going to put words here, a swing, let's see, or even our green. Actually, I was going to put a little bit more of a darker green. So this is the colour Bayberry, which is a gorgeous olive green. I might even just use that same brush because, and I think it goes nicely with that. This colour is Conservatory in the Fusion range, and this colour we're using is Bayberry. So if you look at them together, I think they go nicely. Maybe we'll just shade the bottom of our grass as well. Make it blend up the stalk so that the bottom is a little bit more dark than the tops. Okay, so let's remove that now and see our tree is done. So we do have some edges on here, and you could go around, tape that off when you're finished and actually do a border on the whole tree. You may even do that. Right now we're using the premium set, and we're going to add some fun things on here. So let's put the rope going over the top of the tree branch, because I feel like that rope would go over there, and then have the tire swinging. I think the tire should be black, and maybe the rope we'll do in this woodwick colour that I was going to do the squirrel in. We can still do the squirrel in that colour.
Okay, and now black. And away we go around our tire. Now this is the Stencil of the Month Club. If you've just joined, we are doing the October set, has just been launched this week for you. So we've got that brown right here. This is the colour Woodwick. There's a little lovebird sitting up here on the branch. I think they're adorable. Colour ideas for these guys. I was going to do some maybe red breast. We could do little black wings or something.
Cranberry, this gorgeous red that I did for the flowers, and that'll kind of tie our sign in nicely. Dab that lightly. I should do his little feet black. I think I'm going to put that heart on the tree. Now you could do this using your initials and the little alphabet. And I'm going to use Casement White, which is Fusion's Whitest White. And then we're going to add, as if this has been carved out of a tree, and someone's put paint in the carving to make it stand out. And I can do a swirl like this because I've got hardly any white on the brush. You get to know how much paint you've got on the brush and how much, you know, not to leave on there. All right, there's our beautiful heart on the tree. And we have our winners today. And I will see you again next week for another great fun project. So I can't wait to join you. Please jump on, say hello next week too. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Bye.